said. "Name's Frank," he said, giving an exaggerated bow. "I'm here all week." "Save some love for the wife," she advised him. He laughed and replaced his cap, his wedding ring prominent. She sighed and continued to the building. On the front by the entry was a small collection of signs advertising the occupants. Amidst a few drab placards for accounting and typing services was a cheerful light green one with large hand-painted yellow letters reading, "The Right Sort Marriage Bureau, Miss Iris Sparks and Mrs. Gwendolyn Bainbridge, proprietors." Tillie hesitated, then thought how easily she had just been accosted in the street by a married man. "No faint heart, Tillie," she admonished herself. "This is why you came." She took a deep breath, then walked through the door. There was no reception, merely a cramped hallway with a daunting set of stairs to the right and a narrow passageway directly ahead that vanished into darkness with alarming rapidity. An elderly, unshaven man in dingy overalls was mopping the floor. She ignored him and turned her attention to the building directory. "If you're looking for a husband, they're on the top," called the custodian, his sporadic yellow teeth flashing in what she assumed he meant to be a friendly smile. "I see that," replied Tillie, spotting a smaller version of the green placard. "Thanks. Don't you think there ought to be more light down here?" "No point," said the custodian. "It's all vacant, isn't it?" She took the stairs, initially at a nervous trot, to get away from the gloom of the ground floor and the vaguely menacing demeanour of the custodian. By the time she reached the top, her pace had slowed considerably. This hallway was brightly lit, however, and in the middle of it she saw yet another green sign proclaiming her journey's end. She paused to catch her breath, then walked up and rapped on the door. The woman who opened it was her height, a brunette, maybe 6 or 7 years past Tillie's 22. She gave her a quick, inquisitive look, then smiled. "Miss La Salle, is it? Come in, come in." Tillie found herself ushered in and plopped onto a wooden chair that creaked ominously. There were 2 desks in front of her on either side of a single window. They looked like they themselves had served during the war, perhaps seeing combat in some skirmish against German furniture, and now sat battered but unbowed, the one on the left jammed against the wall for partial support, a book stuffed under one leg, which was noticeably shorter than the others. The room itself was painted the same soothing light green as the placards. On the wall to the right hung photographs of happy couples at their weddings, with announcements from The Guardian and the Evening Standard taped to their frames. There was an ancient filing cabinet in the corner that could have told tales from previous wars to the 2 desks. "How do you do? How do you do?" rattled off the woman. "I'm Iris Sparks. Call me Sparks. Everyone does. So nice to meet you, and you're perfectly on time. You made it up the steps. Hurrah! The first hurdle on the path towards happiness is those steps. They've been wonderfully firming for my legs, I must say. I've lost 8 pounds since we started up. This is Mrs. Bainbridge, my partner." From behind the desk on the left, a very tall woman rose gracefully and came over to shake her hand. "How do you do, Miss La Salle?" she said. Tillie tried not to gape. Mrs. Bainbridge was elegant, blonde, and wearing an impeccably tailored silk suit that must have been sealed in a cedarwood closet for the duration of the war to have been resurrected so perfectly. The woman had a patrician air that was completely out of place in this small, solitary office, yet seemed wholly at ease in spite of it. She could have stepped from the pages of the Tatler, or been the slumming aristocratic sidekick in a Jessie Matthews musical, lacking only the Art Deco sets for the appropriate backdrop. Sparks noticed the young woman's attempts not to stare and grinned. "Impressive, isn't she?" she commented. "Don't worry, she's one of us." "I'm sorry," stammered Tillie. "I didn't mean to be rude." "Not at all," Mrs. Bainbridge reassured her as she resumed her seat. "Now, you are looking for a husband." "That's right," said Tillie. "Then you've come to the right place," said Sparks, sitting on the edge of her desk and picking up a pair of typed forms. "Business first. Before we ask you a single question, we want you to know what you are committing to, and more important, what services we provide. We are a marriage bureau, one of 2 such in London, licensed to arrange meetings between eligible single people. For an initial fee of £5, you receive our unwavering efforts to find you a suitable husband. We currently have